Welcome back. You gonna log in with Steam with me, or no? Might not log in. Oh, there we go. Should probably make sure that this is off, because, you know, I never remember to do that. Welcome back to Tales of Maj'Eyal. I'll be playing the Embers of Rage campaign. I've already done a permadeath run, or so to speak, a few permadeath runs with that, but I figured it'd be time to jump back into the Embers of Rage campaign with normal adventure mode. So let's see here. Let's go with Davian. Destiny Orc. I'm gonna do the Orcs Embers of Rage campaign. I'll put my permadeath on adventure mode. So basically I'll have lives every 1, 2, 5, 7, 14, 24, 35, you know, levels. We played the Orc in this one. And I'll know at this point that I've unlocked the Mage subclasses, as, you know, you have like as the Warrior and like the Tinker as naturally here. But we're basically going to jump in over the Psyshot because I have yet to show those guys off. Basically the Psyshot, they are powerful psionics, are able to assault with steam generators and technology to enhance their own mental prowess. The Psyshot combines this ability to assault to enhance his mind star, all the while shooting her steam gun to devastate the enemy lines. Their most important stats are cunning, willpower, and dexterity. So stat modifiers are plus to dexterity, plus to willpower, plus to cunning. They have 1 less life per level, but for most part, these guys are psionic gunslingers. I figured it should be fun. I'll get to this in a little bit, but let's just jump into this bit here. Welcome to Tales of Maj'Eyal. Welcome, Davian Destiny Orc. You are a member of the prideful but dwindling Orc race. Throughout history, your race has been hated, hunted, and mercilessly killed by the others. It also committed a lot of atrocities and destructions. But now, the Orcs are on the brink of extinction. All their strongholds in Maj'Eyal have been destroyed, either by the Salve or the one you named the Scourge of the West. Of the 4 prides on the mainland, none stood. They all fell, and very few of their members were able to flee. Only the Kruk Pride, stationed on the Kork Peninsula, still stands, but for how long? The Sunwell outpost blocks the way to the mainland, and the peninsula itself is home to an advanced race of aggressive giants who have mastered steam technology. And now the giants have dug a tunnel through the mountains right into Kruk, pouring out to end the Pride once and for all, while the bulk of Kruk forces are away. They must be stopped, at any cost! If Kruk falls, the Orc race dies with it. You grab the bomb from the stalks, and now you must enter the tunnel and detonate in a weak spot to make it crumble. For the Orcs, for Garkol's legacy. Alright, so, first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go into the audio options, and we are going to turn down the music a little bit. I didn't mean to hit that one. Get a little bit, you know, quieter music. Alright, so we're in the Orc campaign. For those who are basically viewing, like, you know, these, like, you know, Embers of Rage playlists, Let's Plays for the first time, I'll note that this is basically a new campaign, or a newest campaign that is basically released from Dark God for Tales of Maj'Eyal. In it, you're basically taking control of the Orcs, those guys you fought against in the original campaign, and you're basically fighting for your survival. They basically have access to these classes called the Steam classes, and you're essentially basically going to try and use your Steam generators and Steam medical injectors to basically overcome the ties that are basically against you. Alright, so here's basically an Orc Psyshot. These guys I've yet to play it with, but I believe for the most part they focus on like dexterity and cunning for a lot of their talents. And of course willpower for stuff down here apparently. Okay, what have I got here? We got Psyshot. So, increase physical power, increase weapon damage when using steam guns. When your bullets hit a target, you instantly reach out to the impact and use the kinetic force to protect the Mind Star, blah blah. Thoughts of Iron. So yeah, this is the first time I'm looking at this stuff. Alright, Metal Star. Quickly aggregate particles of medical around your Mind Star and focus up sonic energies into it. The metal explodes into a shrapnel, knocking back and dazing duration of all foes within radius. There's a assault. Should be interesting in playing with this guy, but I'll have to learn how to play him a little bit. I think what I'm going to do, just sort of initially what I'm going to do here, with this point right here, I might work my way up to combat steam tank right away. Maybe. I'll try to decide what to do. I'll probably save this point for now. These 2 points I'm just going to throw into something random for a moment. Let's throw them into Metal Star here. I'll boost up my dexterity a little bit to apparently not be able to get this. That sucks. I guess we'll save this class point for now. We'll try and level up before continuing on. Alright, so, some things to note. Basically, the Embers of Rage campaign puts you as an orc against, like, you know, steam giants, humans, and all those other guys that you basically were playing with or playing for. Your goal is pretty simple. You're basically trying to fight off the, you know, the guys who are trying to destroy the orc race. I really don't need to have attack on my cool bar. And you know what, let's just kill these guys before doing anything else. And that guy stepped in the way, so we'll have to let all those guys get killed by my friendly orcs here. Alright, so guess all. You let your mind tap into your steam area for energy, increase your mind power in proportion to your steam level, 4, when at full steam and 0 when at 0 steam. Using a psionic talent will feed back into your generators, increasing your steam power for 4 for your next steam tech talent. Using a steam tech talent will feed back into psionic focus, increasing your psi level by 11. Effects to increase your willpower. Okay, so we got this thing right here. That was like a power-up type ability. Psyshot. So increase the physical power by 13, increase the weapon damage, blah blah. When your bullets hit a target, you instantly reach out to impact music kinetic force to project a Mind Star attack doing damage if you wield one in your offhand. This production is required. A pure Mind Star, it will not work if extended into a psi blade. And we got Metal Star. So quickly degrade particles into metal around his Mind Star and focus sonic energies into it. The metal explodes like shrapnel, knocking back, freeway, and dazing duration of all foes in radius. That could be useful. Oops. Alright, well. They're all dead. So, first time playing a Psyshot, I have no idea if this would be an effective run or not. This is basically one of the classes I thought might be more difficult to play, so... I use Metal Star. What does this do? Aggregate particles... Okay, I guess it's like a personal type of ability that basically hits stuff around you. So, unless you're basically close to stuff, it's not going to help you too much. And that guy's apparently got some sort of, like, you know, psionic attack with his greatsword. That's annoying. This would have been useful to have this right here for now, but Psyshot... It's probably actually this. So the orc racial here is basically Orcish Fury. So these are basically the same orcish talents that the orcs had in like the original campaign, but now you're using them. Orcish Fury basically summon your lust for blood and destruction, especially when the odds are against you. Basically, you increase your damage by, you know, the number of enemies that are in line of sight. So basically, just like, you know, one enemy, I get like a 10% boost in my attack damage, and if there's more enemies, I basically increase it even further. So pretty powerful stuff. Alright, so yeah, this is a knockback ability. This one right here, that's cool now. And this is apparently a sustain that cost me psi. I might want to look into that. So I might want to put this over here for now. What does this do? So this taps to my steam generators to let me basically get more, I guess, like, you know, psi power. Let's just all use it when enemies are not visible. For now. There's gonna be a lot of sustain talents, by the way, with like the orcish, like Embers of Rage campaign. Most of the classes, like the steam generating classes, they have heavy use on like steam generators because you basically have this like resource called steam, and you basically get like 5 steam or whatever, like, you know, amount of steam you basically get to basically power up your class. And you use the steam to basically do stuff. Kill that guy. Initially, these guys will be pretty easy to fight, but the boss will be a little bit more difficult to fight. You know what, we're actually going to go back a little bit to see if I can flush out any stragglers. I want to basically get my experience up before I find a boss, because I want to level up. Here's a guy here. There's a level up. Alright, well, my first level up, let's get a little more dexterity here. And I apparently need a lot for Psyshot here. I didn't know that, so that sucks, but whatever. I may want to pick up some other stuff here. So, Molten Iron Blood. Using Psychic energies, you temporarily alter your blood, turning it into Molten Iron. When affected by Molten Blood, all creatures that hit you immediately take fire damage. All your resistance are increased by 7%. And all new detrimental effects on you have a duration reduced by 8. That's actually a pretty powerful one right there. So, basically, if you look at this is like a sustain talent right here. Basically, if you look at the stuff over here, it drains basically some steam while it's basically active. So, basically, you get less steam generation. But it's basically something that's always on these, like, you know, stuff you can get. So, here's another, like, steam generator, steam sustain talent somewhere. There's another one right there. So, negative biofeedback. So, anytime you deal damage with psychic abilities, you incur negative biofeedback to your foes. Stack it up to one time per 5 turns. Each stack reduces their physical save, defense, and armor. This effect may only occur once per turn. There's not a whole lot of sustains on these guys apparently. There's like a interesting one. So these ones right down here, they apparently have like a sustain that drains both psi and steam. So very first step. You concentrate your will into a cycle port. Will the cycle port some of your steam of your generator to a remote location. Each turn, steam accumulates there up to 3 charges. When you deactivate the effect, you release the accumulated psionic and steam energies instantly, switching places with the target location and releasing a charge and fire explosion of hot, wet steam in radius 4. So this looks like a cycle port ability. The effect will fizzle in a charge grid is currently occupied by a creature or not in line of sight. The damage will increase your steam power. That's a cool ability to get right now. I'm basically gonna get this for like cycle porting around. And here's Condensate. So Condensate has steam around you, your foes, in race 1, burning them for fire damage and applying the wet effect for 4 turns, having their stun resistance. So there's like a nice little reduction type of ability right there. I'm almost going to buff up this because these aren't really that useful to get right now. Well, I say that, but this is actually pretty useful to get right here, this one right here. I might boost this up, Therapeutics, just because you actually want to get Therapeutics up to like 5-5 at some point, or 4-5. I think. I may get this right now, the Molten Iron Blood. Let's get that. I'll boost this up again. And I probably don't have the cutting requisites for this one just yet, so that sucks, but whatever. Alright, so basically I have Molten Iron Blood. I can put this over here. We'll just auto use when no enemies are visible. Now, I probably don't need to have these on my my hotbar. Basically, I have these implants called medical injectors. These are like your inscriptions for like the Steam Tech, like, you know, edition. Basically, in addition to infusions and ruins, you basically have medical injectors, along with like your steam generators down here. These things basically, these implants, they basically give you like access to like very powerful therapeutical abilities. So like I inject like this heal type ability into if I need to, like, to heal up, or I can basically use like a frost solve to basically remove physical effects. So pretty powerful abilities, but you don't need to have them here. So let's get rid of them. That's annoying. And I don't need to activate an object, so we'll do that. Wow, you can create tinkers and stuff, which is cool. You're gonna go over here. let's metal start this guy to basically knock him back. And apparently these guys get dazed for a long time if you use this ability, so awesome, you daze people for a long time. That's cool. Gonna have to be fairly close to attack with this, but whatever. Boom, 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 boom. So that worked out well. Okay, let's try this ability right here. So if I activate it, I select the space, I guess, to use it. And then after, you know, amount of time, basically charge it up. So it can have, like, accumulate up to 3 charges, and then when I deactivate it, boom, I psychoport and make it explode. Alright, so let's see here. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm psychoporting, like, you know, explosive powers right here, and then when I'm ready to, explodes where I am, you know, basically when I used it originally as the ability. So it's a cool ability for sure. And knock him back. Okay, here's the boss. Commander for lore. This menacingly armored steam giant carries a huge battle axe, swinging it menacingly towards you. He has access to, I believe, Rush. He has Unstoppable, so basically, like, you know, remember that very powerful Berserker ability? This guy has Unstoppable on him. He also has access to Battle Shelf, Spring Grapple, and Steam Generator. So pretty damn powerful this guy is. He apparently can't rush, which is good, but honestly he's going to be deadly if I'm not careful. What we're going to do, we're going to set this up right away. Apparently this is instant, so I didn't need to do that, but whatever. Okay, I need to control the basic fire. Apparently he pulled me out of my thing here, that sucks. Let's try back him up a little bit. So with this guy you want to be very careful because he can pull you around, obviously. Okay, I can see my spot over here. I'm actually going to let him get closer so I can, like, hit him with Psychoport. But we'll basically pound him a little bit as he gets closer, and then poof. There's the weather applied to him, so that'll hurt him a little bit. Let's generate this a little bit. Let's power this up a little bit. So this guy has a lot of health, as you can see. Poof! Alright, we dazed him there, so I can back up a little bit. We'll go right here, I guess. He's actually going to be undazed in a moment, but let's go there. I'll set this to be back up here. And we're just going to fire off our Psyshot at him. This guy can be very dangerous for, like, the range classes, but I'm doing quite a bit of damage to him, so that's good. There we go, we managed to kill Commander Freylore. Got a few levels for that, got my Rod of Recall, got Sluggish Grip apparently. So Sluggish Grip basically just gives me Wild Gift Slime, not all that useful to me, but whatever, I can put it on. I want to put on my... Alright, so something to note by the way is I basically used an Iron Steam Gun and a Mossy Mind Star for this type of character. So, for those who don't know, the Steam Guns are basically a new addition to the Embers of Rage campaign. You have like this, you know, Steam Saw technology. And you're essentially basically looking to, like, you know, use your Steam technology to battle against, like, the enemies that come after you. Use basically Iron Shots to basically make use of this stuff. And in this case, I'm also using, like, a Mind Star to basically also help myself out as well. Alright, well, I have to go back to where I need to go. So when you're basically done over here, you go over here and you place the detonator. You have 220 turns to get out or be destroyed by the explosion. Use your Raw Recall. And we got this quest, by the way. So, Homeland. The Giants have breached the mountainside of Crook Pride. They are invading the town just when most of our forces are outside. Only you and a few others are left to close the breach by collapsing the tunnel from the inside. So you cross the tunnel to save the pride for now, and now we'll be going on to like doing these ones right after. But for now, let's just get out of here. Oh yeah, good old raw recall action. We're just gonna transmute that stuff. I don't think I'll keep it, so let's get rid of it. And there we go. We managed to vanquish the evil steam giants that basically tried to invade over here. The thing's gone. They can't get back in. We collapsed the tunnel. Now, this is basically Crook Pride. It's basically, as you'll basically find out, a very small village compared to, like, the other prides. You basically have, like, a couple shops, like a smith, a forge. There's, like, a tinker shop. You got Tan over here. You got your herbalist over here. Armory. Library. You also got, like, the Shining Crook in here if you want to read it, but I'm not going to plan to read that. I think I've already gotten the lore for it. Here's a guy who's basically important to talk to. It's Matesta Molitor. So, before you stand an impressive undead minotaur, I would like to talk to you. Yes? Soft foot of the croc. I come to give you a warning, an apology, and a plea for help. An incredible magical force has awakened within one of our elders, Nuktush the One Horn, and he has gone mad with his power. Those who stood up against him were reduced to lust and ashes by a beam from his horn, a beam that tunneled up, fire up through the rock above him until we could see the sky. He has convinced some of us that he can use a terrible force to conquer Yale, and terrified others into going along with him. He's announced that his first step will be to lead his followers into attack on Crook Pride. The rest of us have fled, hiding in caverns across the peninsula. I can't in good conscience ask you to face certain death before his magic forsakes, but striking first may be the only way to save your people. He appears to be stalling the invasion, buying you some time, but if you cannot catch him off guard before he finally commits to it, I've seen his power cut through a mountain like it was a leaf, Softfoot. There can be no victory against this kind of magic. Run, hide, and hope he falls victim to an accident or loses the remaining fragments of his sanity that keeps him capable of casting spells. I'll check it out. Alright, so here's like a quest for like the Clan of Unicorn. If you complete this quest, you basically unlock this guy's race, the Undead Minotaurs. They're basically one of the guys you can basically use. Before we go though, let's go in here. I'm basically going to look at the stuff we've got. So this is a very cool ability right here. And apparently you can like get more charges if you want, so you can do more damage. And we also got this thing over here. This basically lets me increase my mind power, I guess, so I can do more stuff with it. I like this ability a lot, this one right here, because it basically knocks back stuff, which is useful for this type of character, though. I would like to have like a teleport ability like this one, on top of whatever I got. I might be asking for much, but whatever. Let's boost up my dexterity a little bit more. A little bit, like my slide shot up a little bit, boom. And we got Boiling Shot here. So, using psychic energies, you overheat your shot, making it deal 141 damage. If the shot hits a wet foe, it will vaporize, removing the wet effect and dealing fire damage in a raise 4. So there's a cool, ability. If I basically have, this, available, I can basically use this. This basically to do more damage with it. So let's do that, maybe. And let's maybe focus on getting therapeutics up a little bit. Now, I'm not sure if this really helps out a lot, but combat accuracy, I think this will boost up my accuracy a little bit. I'm not sure I really need it because I'm already going to be pretty accurate, but that's something I may want to invest in perhaps later on. Maybe, who knows. Alright, so before I go on, I'll note that yes, you have the ability to do like crafting things in like this type of, game. This one at least. Initially I don't have a whole lot to craft, but basically with like, skills and like stuff, I can craft stuff. So like you got the air recycler here. If I have therapeutics and mechanical, I can like, craft with these ingredients a simple air recycler. These will be stuff I can basically showcase a little bit on, but for now let's basically ignore it. What I really want to get right now is basically some like stacks of herbs and Hammer of Truth perhaps for like a pain suppress solver and stuff like that. These cells are basically like your like inscriptions in this game, so you basically have to tinker your inscriptions for like the campaign. Which may or may be annoying, but whatever. Who knows? May or may not be annoying to you, whatever. It is annoying to me, but whatever. Whatever. Alright, so let's go out here. So, welcome to Cork Peninsula. This isn't really the, any place you've seen yet, but it's basically to the south, west of, the Maj'Eyal continent. Over here we have a entrance to the Yeti Caves, and down here we have access to the Vapor's Emporium. If you keep going down, you'll get to like the Atmos territory as well as the Crimble territory, but we'll worry about that another time. The Sunwall Outpost is right here. We can't really, you know, access it just yet because we can't actually access it, but we're not strong enough yet for it. So let's just go to maybe the Vapor's Emporium first. So we're gonna go fight some Steam Giants. The Steam Giants are probably gonna be your you know, main foe in this game. Though you will fight the Sunwall, these guys will be the main guys you'll be fighting. Alright, so here's a Steam Giant guard. We'll start killing him. Oh, there's something scary. So, this is something I really don't like, but you'll basically sometimes find like these giant Yeti riders that'll pop in, you know, jump in every so often. These guys are just annoying, but whatever. We're just going to do this. We'll try fighting these guys for now, but it's going to be touch and go. So this guy's very tough, this like giant Yeti rider. Because he hits like a truck, so to speak, as you can see. We're gonna do that to him. And apparently it rushed me for a lot of damage there. Well, that's annoying. That's the first death. Well, let's just run with it. That's actually something I really don't like. DFuxa is like, you know, really powerful guys, and oh well, there's nothing I can really do about it. Let's just go back and go in. So we're just going to go back outside the place. Sometimes you get those Yeti like riders right away, and that kind of sucks to fight them, but oh well, it happens. Something I know is that I want to throw this out there. This is not going to be as easy as like the original campaign. There will be spots like that where, like, you know, if you don't know what to do, you're going to get killed. It's like more traditional roguelike type of idea. Nothing you can really do about it. I'll do the other case, get a little bit stronger, and we'll go back to fight that damn guy. It annoys me though. Whatever. Let's see here. Let's go push up. What? I might invest in this a little bit. Boiling Shot. Sounds like it could be a cool idea, cool ability. Get this up a little bit more. So these are the caves I'm in right now, by the way. These are like, you know, one of the initial dungeons, or one of like the other one I entered that you can basically enter to try and, like, you know, get going. For the most part, they're pretty easy to go into, and we just picked up a medical injector. Cool. So I've already basically sort of like, you know, hinted at this, but basically you have like, you know, medical injectors, which are basically like your inscriptions in like the main, in like this campaign. So here's like basically one of them, a medical injector implant of Wizard. So it basically has got the stat for like magic on it. Medical injectors allow you to use therapeutics with efficiency and cooldown mod. This one's skills of magic, and basically if I use these, you basically get like access to these things down here. Now, the one I basically have right there, that magic one, I'm not going to really care about, but, you know, whatever, it's there. We'll go around this way, I guess. By the way, poison's very deadly in, like, the, you know... Poison's not deadly in this game. It will kill your ass. Quickly. Now, it's worth knowing, by the way, that you fire pretty fast with this gun that I'm using right now, the steam gun. So this basically has like a travel speed of like 600%. I'm not sure how fast like arrows move, but this moves pretty fast compared to like that. And cool, there's like, you know, a Drabor. Alright, so we found movement fusion. That's kind of interesting to find. So I can actually use these if I want to, these like, you know, infusions. I could actually use it right now, but just something I know, by the way. Right now, I basically have access to like, you know, a steam generator and like a couple medical implants that you already saw that I removed ready to go. With like 3 of these already on, there's no point in basically trying to put on another one because I don't have room for it. So the movement infusion is not going to be useful to me, as well as this, by the way. Alright, so here's the demon statue for Draebor the Imp. Teleportation is one of the most crucial areas of magical research to our cause of revenge. Until we break the Sheriff Tool's mage shield surrounding Eyal, it will remain our only means of reaching the surface. One of our leading scholars, a child of Onyx known as Draebor, has perfected short-range teleportation and has been studying the methods to work his skills in mass-producible artifact to grant this ability to all our troops. He kept his work under wraps as of late, but rumor has it that it has been reverse engineering the Sheriff Tool portals, letting our invasion get through via their own weapons. Whatever he's up to, keep an eye out. Big things are just around the corner, courtesy of his dedicated research. Alright, so something to note by the way is they have like these like statues. These basically come from like the Ashes of Urk DLC basically I have on this like, you know, game now. So you have to be very careful with like these like Ashes of Urk statues. These can screw you over if you're not careful, but just to show them off, basically if you press yes here, sometimes something will happen. And in this case, we got ourselves a glowing red orb or something. We found a planar beacon. So in this case, we had something good pop out as a result of basically using this, but you have to be very careful with those nonetheless. We now have the planar beacon to make use of, that's cool. So this basically lets me open a gateway through Fear Escape, let me step through it to basically, you know, teleport around. There's our teleport ability, which is going to be useful. And for now, let's just push on. By the way, Yetis have the ability to sort of like freeze you cold. It can like hurt a lot, as you can see. Be very careful with the Yetis, because, you know, when they freeze you cold. There's a dead snake. So do I have like 2 assault abilities here, or is this the same thing, but it's basically increased my steam power and doing everything as well? Alright, so that's interesting. You got the case out, you know, sustain there. Giving 2 different types of buffs, I guess. Alright, level up. Push up my dexterity a little bit more. Get our side shot for, you know, good use. And let's boost up my, so with this being boosted up to like, you know, maximum dexterity, I think what I may start focusing on is like willpower or cunning. Cunning might be better for this stuff down here, so let's go after cunning. Alright, these guys are going to be painful if I don't watch this. Let's just set this here. So here's like an ability to basically heal yourself. You can use this to basically like heal yourself. You can use this to basically remove like, you know, negative effects or physical. These are like what medical injectors are basically used for. And I'll note that these are like, you know, very much similar to like, you know, what you can use for like, you know, infusions and teleportation. However, unlike them, with like the medical injectors, you can basically pick what type of effects you want to use. So unlike say like where like infusions you have to have like, you know, healing infusion put to basically get the healing effect. As long as I have like a medical injector, I basically use any types of like cells I have access to, and I'll show this off in more details as I go on. For now, let's boost these guys away a little bit. Hit this guy, hit that guy. I apparently didn't need the thing, but whatever. Got some gloves. Step forward, hit this guy. Now, note by the way, there's something on the ground over here, a pile of herbs. You'll find crafting ingredients in this game, and that's like one of the like type of the crafting ingredients you can find. Herbs are basically used to make salves and a few other things. So if we go to like my tinker thing over here, if I want to like tinker up like stuff like the pain salve, I need to have like stacks of herbs, and like this other stuff you might need is like lumps of iron, lumps of iron, stacks of herbs for like the air recycler, lumps of iron for a focus lens, etc., etc. you know, while I have access to it possibly, I feel like I can make like an armor reinforcement here. So want more defense, wear more armor. So basically how the tinkers work, you basically create stuff with like, you know, your crafting ingredients. So in this case, to make like, you know, an armor reinforcement like a tier 1. So maybe I'll just create this to show it off. So I'll create this. You create a tinker for iron armor reinforcement. You can basically attach this stuff to basically be used on your character. So if I go to like my tinkers here, iron reinforcement, I can attach this to an item. In this case, we attach it to our armor here. So now I have access to 1 extra armor, more armor hardiest, on top of like the fact this is a living rope. And I think this can be moved along, you know, with basically you know, different items. So if I equip like a different item on top of this, I'll be able to like, you know, make, you know, still make use of it basically. It does attach to the item itself. Let's get rid of that. Now, I probably should be looking around for them, but there's basically some like lore pieces you can find within like the Yeti caves. I haven't really seen them because I haven't really been paying attention for them, but there's basically these like, you know, pictures on the walls, like right here. You get these like crude cave paintings in like the Yeti caves. I've already basically, you know, shown off a lot of this in like the permadeath one, so if you're looking for those, you can go there. For now, I'm just going to basically skip them, but there's basically, you know, these lore pieces you can find in like here that may be of interest to some people. Let's put on some boots. I already got boots. Never mind. So far the Yeti caves are going pretty well. And this is pretty much what you can expect. A fairly easy, you know, time going in here. Whoopsie, I did that wrong. I feel like I got disarmed. Alright, these guys are getting nice and close. Let's try dazing them. This guy didn't get dazed, that kind of sucks, but whatever, we can just go like this. Set that up. This will be useful here for extra damage, so we'll do that. Let's go pop this guy, pop this guy, pop that guy. Bang, he's dead. Heal up a little bit. Kill these bears. Got another level, which is nice. So, I'm actually already at the end of like the other case, by the way. These are basically 3 levels long. And that's pretty cool. They're not going to take too much time to go through these levels. Okay, what's this? Mine drones. Melding science with steam tech, you create 5 mine drones at your side that fly towards your target. If they encounter a creature, they will lash onto it and bore into the skull for 6 turns, disrupting spots. Disrupted creatures have 21% chance to fail to use talents and suffer a reduction in fear and sleep immunity. Interesting. And Bloodstar. When you fire your metal star, you're also established a sonic blocking link with a shrapnel still inside for 3 turns. Each turn the victim is drained of physical damage, half of which heals you. Each additional victim healing is reduced by half. If the victim moves more than twice away from the radius metal star, the effect stops. The damage does not break days and increases with your steam power. Interesting. We'll look at that, why not? Alright, over here, let's get more therapeutics. And I think we may try and go up toward this at some point. As well as this. So, boom and boom. Just start getting those things. These are basically, like, you know, basically how these, like, talents work down here. You basically have, like, 15 talents in, like, Steam Tech Chemistry and 15 talents in, like, you know, Steam Tech Physics. Or 15 talent points you put into, like, skills here. These are basically used for, like, crafting. So, if I basically invest in these runs right here. And I learned water stuff, which is cool. I can basically use, like, tinkers, basically. So, I got the water stuff here. Basically, if I want to create, like, you know, a sort of, like, you know, what do you call this? Just removes mental effects. That's what it basically does for you. You have waterproof coating here. Basically, this stacks with, like, your cloak. This basically gives you resistances to nature and cold, which is, you know, possibly useful if you have a cloak. By the way, you have to have, like, the armor to actually equip these too. If you don't have the armor, you can't use these equipments. There's Iron Grip. That can be used to basically give me disarm immunity. That can be useful. We'll create that. And let's build the air recycler. This basically goes on my head. Alright, this gives me silence immunity and returns 1 arrow per each turn. That doesn't sound too useful. We're not going to worry about that one. But basically, if you look in here, in my inventory, I can go into like the therapeutics here, attach these to my gloves, get a little bit more powerful. Doing quite well. Now there is a boss in here called the Yeti Patriarch or something like that. We'll run into him soon. By the way, you have like these sort of breakable ice walls that act as doors in here, which is kind of cool. Alright, here he is, the Yeti Patriarch. So this Yeti is towering over his comrades. You see a cunning in his eyes unmatched by the others. So, the dangerous Yeti. We'll set that there for now. So, I have something called Iron Grip. Activate the pistons to crash your target for 3 turns, dealing unarmed melee damage. While the target is held, it cannot move, and armor and defense are reduced by 11. What gave me Iron Grip? That must have been from this, perhaps. So yeah, this gives me like the Iron Grip. This talent is basically guiding me from this like Iron Grip here. So that's cool. I have like an Iron Grip ability. I won't use it all that much, but I have it, so that's cool. Let's slice shot this guy in the face, kill him. Apparently this guy isn't coming at me, which is kind of interesting. Okay, let's use that to basically explode that guy in the face. So this is the Yeti Patriarch. This guy basically is the boss of like the Yeti caves. We'll do that to basically hurt him a little bit, pop him a little bit. So he's going down pretty quickly. Alright, if I want to, I can basically push him away with Metal Star, so let's do that. And he's got some sort of effect on me, but whatever. Hit him once with this. Let's try using this talent, the Player Beacon. This lets me, essentially move away while, causing, this fiery type of thing around me. Apparently, I can see him, so somehow I can see him, or you can see me from, a talent. And it's gone, so it's just a temporary talent that was doing that. Alright, so there's the quest of Steamworks in Pain. That's essentially a quest that, basically a Steamwork in Pain is to win the war, you must help the pride by striking a blow to giant's morale and supply lines. Essentially, I have to hit the Yeti case and wait for some important, basically, do a little bit of damage to the Atmos tribe I'm basically fighting against. Basically, the Steam Giants to get Yetis is pets and stuff like that, pack meals and stuff like that. Alright, I got a cloak. I'm gonna put the cloak on. That'll be useful. By the way, here's a Steam Sauce. Steam Sauce are another type of item that is basically added to this game. They're basically the melee counterpart of the Steam guns. And they do, as you could probably expect, they saw into people. We'll get this. The pickaxe is useful for digging through stuff if I need it. And while we're at it, let's go do a little bit more tinkering. So if I want to, I can create the waterproof coating for my cloak here. So we'll do that. Waterproof coating. And if I go here, I can put on the waterproof coating. So attach it. There we go. We've got more nature and cold resistance. And I can do some leveling up. More dexterity, more cutting. And I got access to Hold the Ground here, which is nice. So, Hold the Ground. Orcs have been prey of the other races for thousands of years, with or without justification. They have learned to withstand things that would break weaker races. So when your life goes below 50%, your sugar duration causes you to melt the debuffs. This is a pretty powerful effect you can basically get. I like to get at least 1 point, just so I can get access to the ability to basically what this does, when you get this ability, I can't really hover out this, but basically, you basically have a chance of removing a mental debuff based on your talent level and willpower. So essentially, like there's a really bad mental debuff like Confuse or Nightmare on, you can basically get rid of it, which is nice. Alright, let's go over here and get some stuff. So there's this blunt shot here. Fire a relatively low-powered shot at a foe doing weapon damage. If it hits a cone-shaped shockwave of radius 4 enemies from an impact, stunning it, and all creatures caught within 4 turns. So there's a stunning ability right there. We'll get that, you know, for now. I like stunning abilities. Let's get that. And we'll put this right over here. I'll hunt down everything that's in here for now, and we'll go back to kill those, like, you know, the steam giant right over there in the Vapors and Forum. Alright, well, there we go. We're basically done with, like, the Yeti Caves. Apparently I picked up a shield room of the Psychic. That'd be cool if, you know, it was like maybe the other campaign, but we're not gonna worry about that here. I might take this though. See, I know how like, this stays even though I changed the item. That's like how like, the crafts are working this, like, you know, campaign. Let's try and modify this stuff a little bit. And let's go back in here to deal with the damn Steam Giant Yeti Rider. So this guy here, he's pretty tough, honestly. You have to be very careful of him. Let's activate that right there. I am going to hit him to start off with, maybe with Boiling Shot so I can reduce his damage a little bit. Or not Boiling Shot, the Blunt Shot. So that causes a shockwave from him, but the nice thing about it is I basically threw him off balance, I guess. So that'll help a little bit. And boom, he's dead. Let's do that. Alright, so apparently this gives me like, the metal stars basically give me this ability. Where is it? Bloodstar. So I think the Bloodstar is letting me basically see what the victim's doing. So I basically see where the victim is when it's basically active for a little bit, the Bloodstar. For a few turns. That's why I was basically able to see these guys. Alright, so over here, there's like these like little tents in here in like the Vapors Emporium. These are like very special in that they give you like loot and like gold, so I can loot them for a little bit of gold and money. And there's a pet Yeti, by the way. That's what you know, there's the same giants do to make pets of like the Yetis. God, why is there another one of these guys? Oof. As if like, you know, one was enough. There's now another one. Okay, let's heal up a little bit. Attack this guy a little bit. Let's go with, so I'm gonna damage those guys a little. He got stunned. He got stunned. Oop, there's a guy coming up from behind. Let's grab this guy so I can, like, you know, hold him down, I guess. And apparently someone hit me, or I did something with Slime Spit here. Interesting. Alright, so something to watch out for is that you do use Steam for his text, and if you have a whole lot of, like, you know, sustains, you're actually going to have very little steam production. Watch out for that. Let's set this here if we need to. Go like this. Here's an armor jetty. Basically, they also have, like, you know, guard jetties. They're actually made to actually fight. There's just something nice to loot. We loot a bit of armor. I'm gonna put this on for a little bit more defense. Okay, so this thing here is basically called an Ancient Automated Archive. These things are essentially where you can, like, you know, buy and sell stuff. So basically, you can access the store and, like, you know, do stuff here. So you have, like, you know, stuff you can buy, stuff you can basically, you know, do stuff with here. You can also sell stuff too if you want. Some interesting stuff in here. Now, if I want to, I can basically tell to go back to Crook Pride so I don't have to worry about it. So go to Crook Pride, not have to worry about it. Nice, we looted a Bell of Life. We can put that on. That's the nice thing about the Vapors Emporium. You can find lots of items here early on to help yourself out. So basically got some life regen and healing mod from that. That'll be useful. This thing lets me see around me. I'm not going to worry about that too much though. Okay, do I have a belt item yet? I do not. Oh well. By the way, these guys are gunslingers. They have like guns too. The steam giants. There's some money. Alright, let's set this up to retrieve if I need to. We'll do that. Kill that guy apparently. Do that to this guy. That's probably a waste of time to do so, but whatever. Alright, so here's a large poster. You'll find in the Vaporous Poem all these like little like lore bits like this, so clogging no more, you can basically get like, you know, some information about what, you know, the life is like in the Steam Giant area. I won't read them because, again, I've already basically gone through the lore and the other ones. I've gone through them enough. Let's just, you know, showcase what I basically got. Let's back this guy off a little bit, so... Poof! You had a friend. Hey, cool, I found a copper amulet with nothing for me. Also found this, though. There's a rough belt of life, and there's some schematics. So, you'll sometimes find these, like, schematics. These basically let you tinker more stuff. So if I go into my tinkering ability here, you can see I now have access to whatever that was. What did I just find for a schematic? Can be learned, so let's just learn it. Move to my normal inventory. So I learned Thunderclap Coating. So here's like Thunderclap Coating. Just basically is like, you know, something you put in your weapon. So coat your weapon in a substance that will react destructively on impact, causing your attacks to burst out in an area. So basically I have like, you know, something I like put on my weapons. I need explosives for it though, so basically like this is what tinkering is all about. You basically tinker up the basic, you know, better stuff for yourself. Alright, let's go to the next level. And here's like, you know, this and that. I think this might be a little bit better. Because it gives me defense. Defense might be more useful early on. Until like, it starts to get useless. And here's a psychoport thing. I'll put this on for now. This basically lets me like teleport around if I need to. As if I don't need another teleport ability, but you know, whatever. And we'll tag this Vigor. So here's my psychoport ability. I'm gonna put it over here. Yoink! There's some money. That guy rushed me there. Some of my giants. Alright, here's something you can sometimes see. Here's like some Steam Giant scribes. Basically, these guys are like civilians in here. There's a bunch of like Steam Giant civilians you'll sometimes run across, and these guys are like, you know, easy picking, so to speak. Though, with everything else around me, it's not looking too great to do it just yet. We'll basically pick them off as they come toward me, I guess. And we'll set this over here if necessary. So why just turn off? This might only last for a little bit before it basically turns off, or maybe it turns off when you rest. Hey, killed the attack Yeti. But yeah, there's a civilian. They usually carry a little bit of money and stuff like that. Nothing really spectacular. There's a tower poster. Now, note that this tower poster is for some place called Calator's Firearms, Armor, and Martial Sundries. This place is going to be pretty important later on. You'll see why. There's a pickaxe again. More money. Ooh. Loot's always fun to find. More money. More. Alright, let's access this store. So this has got, what's in it here? We've got some weapons. I might want to buy this stuff. I do have a little bit of money at this point, and I can possibly buy a better gun. But this is all tier 1 stuff. I'm not sure I really care about that stuff. I'll just send a correct pride this guy here, I think. Let's sell off a little bit of stuff in here I basically picked up. And apparently I found a steam gun of acid in here. That's cool. I can put this on over my current weapon. And that'll basically give me access to acid damage, I guess. That's all it's going to do for me. Sell this stuff, perhaps. By the way, gems don't really, do much for me in this, so I'm just going to sell them immediately for money. Money's actually pretty important in this this game, by the way. This campaign, you'll find that money's like not as previous something you can basically get as compared to like the main campaign. There's actually a purpose to having money. There's another one. By the way, Extinction. A new line of Fairlings weaving its finest name and fashion. That's a real fun one. Ooh, civilian! Kill the civilian! There's a civilian! Kill the civilians! Kill all the civilians! They must die! There's a nice regeneration infusion, but it scales with strength, which is not something I'm going to use, and it's an infusion, so I don't really care about it regardless. There's some money. Alright, off to the final level of this. So, you'll basically find a boss that basically uses steam guns in this area. The final level. They're all coming for me. Ouch, I'm taking lots of damage here. These guys are hurt a lot by the gunslingers, so watch out for them. Nice. A psychic regeneration fusion. Alright, there's a tinker for a steam gun. Alright, so I picked up this. This is kind of interesting to find. I might actually keep this for a while. If I don't find a steam generator, I might just use that for a little bit, the regeneration infusion, because it can basically help you out, obviously. Alright, so I picked up something called a steam gun thing over here. So here's like a basic type of thing you can do. Dismantle any of one in sling, add some amazing steam power to it, and make a powerful steam gun to fire a bullet hell at your foes. Essentially, this is what the steam gun is all about. You take a sling that isn't unique and you turn it into a steam gun. Use the explosives for it. Alright, so over here we got another one of these, ancient unactive archives. This guy's got tools, which are useless to me, so we'll just sell this stuff here. Eventually these get important, these triangular guys, because they actually are your only source of getting better items later on in the game. And there's an official looking poster about keeping the pressure up. Ouch! Why does this guy hurt so damn much? Let's do this to heal up a little bit. I'm actually going to use this right now just in case. That really hurt that guy. Hey, I got to level 10. It's not exactly that hard to do, but I'm level 10. Alright, let's see here. I'm still a little bit off before getting this stuff, I guess, so... I guess I'm gonna start going over here. I actually want to get this up to the wall, I think, Blunt Shot, because it's so useful, I think, by the looks of it. This is actually pretty useful, too. Basically, this is nice because it lets me actually see what the guys are doing. I think I only need 1 point in this, though. When using a Steam Tech talent while Gusto is active, you drain some residual power to form a silent shield. The shield forms for 3 turns and absorbs 29 damage. There's something interesting. You basically get like a damage shield from like using Gestalt. That's cool. Let's get this up to 2 for now, I think. 2 of 5. Okay, another one of these Yeti Riders. Gotta watch out for them. So let's just set this up right now. I'm gonna pound him with this. Stun him. I took him out, apparently. There's Magnetic Shell. That's basically a steam gun tinker, I think. No, it's a quiver one. So yeah, there's actually like, you know, basically there's tinkers for everything you can use, more or less. You got like these, like, you know, quiver ones. Tinkers can be attached to normal items to improve them with steam power. So this basically grants Magnetic Shell to my, like, you know, stuff. Another thing I can basically make use of. Who's up here? Alright, here's the boss. So here's High Guard Tassos. This guy's basically a steam gun, like, you know, basic user. You have to watch out for this guy because he can't kick your ass, but he's more of a threat to like melee users than to like, you know, ranged ones, because obviously if range you know, you can fire at range at him. So let him get closer. I'm going to pound him with a blunt shot, and I missed. And I missed again. I'm doing fantastic. Ouch. Well, that went well. For some reason he moved around instead of fired at me. But as you can see, he can fire a lot, so... There's a Grill of Calm Waters. I can put that on if I want to. This will basically give me access to more resistance and stuff like that. Well, I'll put it on. This is a rough layer thing of acid, so if I had, like, you know, a steam gun, like, you know, explosives, like, talents, I could turn this into, like, you know, a steam gun, which could be interesting. Here's a Mars rough layer hat of strength. I can put this on my head, so finally got a hat on. By the way, you have, like, a hat, like, you know, an actual, like, hat. Hats are actually new item added to the game, for whatever reason. Alright, I have access to a couple of head items here. I have, like, the focus lens. I've got access to the air recycler. I may want to get the focus lens, because this gives me access to, like, you know, infravision radius, sight radius, Steve cell, Steve invincible, all important stuff. I just need a citron for it, so... I apparently need to find another gem. Who knows? I actually need some gems for some of this stuff. Gems are easy enough to find, though. Alright, here's the Grumpy Shop Owner. So, Kaltor's Firearms, Armor, and Armour Reinforcement. When you basically find this lore sign, you'll basically get access to, like, a different area, or a new area that's just outside of, like, this place. And I'll show it off, I guess, because I got nothing else here to do. Just gonna make sure I got all the shops. And I think we did, so... let's get out of here. We'll just get rid of some of the stuff in here I don't really need. There's actually a main purpose for getting rid of all this stuff now, just so you know. You're about to see why. And while I think about it, I actually have access to an inscription slot here. Let's get access to inscription so I can equip that regeneration infusion. Before I forget about it. And there's like ability to basically heal if I need it. Alright, so here's Kaltor's shop. You can go here basically to essentially like do shopping. So you have like the Steam Giant guys. This is essentially Steam Giant area, but these guys are like, you know, I have gold, you have equipment. There doesn't need to be anything complicated here. So if you want, you can basically get, trade with these guys if you want. So you can keep it peaceful if you want. These guys are actually really high level, so I recommend fighting them, but you could if you want to. Here is Kaltor. So he's like a shopkeeper if you want. As you can see, it has this nice little text for you. Finally, a practical giant. Show me your wares. Now, you can basically buy a lot of stuff from this guy if you want. So, as you can see, he's got a bunch of these, like, you know, Randarts in here. As well as a bunch of, like, you know, uniques. Like, here's, like, something I could buy, the golden gun. If I buy this essentially is a tier 3 gun. It attacks use 2 steam. But it has a damage multiplier on it. And it has a fire range of 7. Essentially, you can go here to get some nice stuff if you need it. So, we'll look around for anything he's got in here. This might be nice to get right early on, but whatever. There's, that's just using undead. He doesn't seem to have anything really nice to throw around, but sometimes you can find some nice stuff from this guy because he's got, like, all these, like, you know, brand arts and, like, uniques and stuff like that. I may want this. Alright, so this requires 24 willpower. If I put this, like, Mind Star on, I get access to, like, Harmony, bunch of physical safe, life regen, equilibrium on hit, maximum life, manpower, mental crit. So interesting, a lot of stuff you get from this guy. Well, I'm not gonna worry about Kaltor for now, but basically if you want to, you could basically, you know, shop with that guy if you need to. Now if we go back here, you'll notice that if, you know, inside here, you'll basically find those like triangular like shops like this. They'll be all over the place, but basically you can, like, you know, come back here if you want to buy stuff. For now, though, I think we've gone far enough for, like, the first episode with, like, you know, this, like, you know, normal adventure playthrough. I'll see how far I get, but for now, take care.